I have always come to Dynamic for adjustments monthly. I come. But also recently I was in an accident, so on top of my normal stuff, I'm also doing physical therapy. So I had some restriction of motion and I was in a pain. It was really constant. And I've been in therapy for, I think, like a month and a half now, and I've got almost all my motion back. The pain's not constant, and when it does come, it's not as severe anymore. So, doing better. You work up a sweat when you're doing it. I come in comfy clothes each time I'm here. You gotta put yourself into it, otherwise it's not gonna work. If you say, oh, this hurts too much and don't do it, you'll never get better, because it's like with stretching. When you stretch, you gotta pull yourself that little bit farther each time, otherwise you never go any farther. And it's like with this, there's one on these wobble chairs actually, and you put your arms like this and you move to the side, and with my neck I was having trouble, but each time I do it I try and move my head just that little bit further of a twist, and I can now do it all the way. So they're with you like at every station. With the vibrations, you have to have someone there with you, because you have to, unless you're gonna count it out yourself, which it's like quite a few minutes long, so you really can't do that. And they're there, they help you get into things, like the posture strap and stuff. And they're there for you. I'm really short, so there's the wall, and there's different heights based on how tall you are, and I'm short, even with the steps ladder. I can't get most of them, but I don't even have to ask. They see me and they're right there, and they go and they get it down for me so I can put it at the right level, and it's great. With the accident, I actually didn't get to come in for a few days after my accident, and it had actually gotten worse. I was getting up to like an 8, and now my answers are about 2s, and the pain isn't constant anymore. So when I walk through the door, I'm met with smiles, and I know I can get better here. I time like once I'm in that week when I'm about to have my adjustment again, I'm like, ooh, just a few more days and I get my adjustment, and I look forward to it. I have family here. Because of my height, I'm 4'11". I'm really short. There's some things on here that I have trouble doing, and they figure out ways to make it so that I can do it and still get the benefit of it. They don't just say, oh, well, do it anyways. They actually put thought into making sure the therapy is working. And every doctor asks you how you're doing when you come in, but they ask me other things, like I came in today and said, sorry, I'm late, my cat got sick, and they're like, oh, what happened? They actually care. They don't just say, oh, that's great, sit down, let me do this. They actually care and listen. And then they normally comment. You can have a conversation with them. Before the physical therapy, I came every month, once a month, to get an adjustment and talk to Jill, and we're very homeopathic in our house, so Jill's been such a great help. She helped set up the regimen and stuff that was my vitamins and stuff, and she tests me when I need it and when I'm feeling sick and I can't figure out why. My mom can't figure out why. We go, hey, Jill, I feel like crud. What's going on with me? And she helps figure it out. I was allergic to wheat and dairy as a child, and we went to many doctors, and none of them could figure out what was wrong with me. I would stop breathing. I was that sick. I walked into the door of a chiropractic place where Jill was, and they said she has allergies. Within one appointment, they figured out what my allergies were and told me to stop. They got me better. Honestly, I think if we'd continued in the path, I might not be here today. Well, that's the thing is I was breastfed, and so who thinks a mother's milk's hurting their baby? Who thinks that? You don't. That's just not a thought that crossed most people's mind. Or, oh, here's some crackers, because that's what you give a baby when they can start doing a bit more solid food. And that was poisonous to me. I mean, who knows that? And we walked in and they have this like case and it's filled with all these things, and two of the things in there are wheat and dairy. And she tested me and figured it out. My grandparents, they tell stories about when I was a baby, and they'd be holding me and I would stop breathing in their arms. I mean, my grandparents and family had to go through that because of this allergy, that I would just stop breathing. And as you can see, I'm breathing just fine right now. And that's because they got figured out. I have this weird thing where when I get allergy season hits, I get a lot of aches and stuff build up, and it makes me really sick because it gets in my body when I sleep and stuff. She figured it out. I mean, who thinks that a stuffed nose is causing you to be nauseous 24/7? I don't know. Maybe I would never make that connection, and she did. She figured it out, and she helped me pick out a homeopathic, basically allergy medicine, and now I'm fine. Because of when I was sick when I was little, I still get sick a lot, and I come here and I feel better. And it's great because, I mean, if you go to a doctor, what do? They poke and prod you with needles and say, and ha, and then it takes them forever to get back to you with what's wrong. Where here, they tell you, like, within that visit, what's wrong. And that's great because then you know, and then they're already planning on how to help you get better. It's not, I went to the doctor 6 months and I still don't know what's wrong with me. It's not just, oh, just take this, it's fine. And I get told why. I'm like, well, this does this, and this is why it helps, and this is the best time to take it. Oh, and you don't have, I mean, you always read the bottle of what you're taking, but like, there's some that like you have to have protein with it, or you have to eat with it, and she tells me that right up front, so I know, and that's great. Well, I'm actually not allergic anymore. Yeah, because she cut it out of my system. I don't have a high tolerance for it. Like, I have a low tolerance, I can't have too much, but I can eat it now. Yeah, and my immune system is getting better and better as time goes on. So, I mean, we've recommended this place to family, to friends. We literally my aunt and my uncle, and then my 2 cousins and their significant others, and then their kids. It's like, we've brought a lot of people here because it works. And my cousin has a nickname for Dr. Jill. He calls her the Magic Lady because he was in sports and stuff, and he got better because he got football and stuff. He got tackled a bit and he got hurt, and he's better now, and he's still doing it. He almost was a pro player, and he did a lot of sports, and he kind of tore up his body some, and now he's back to being able to tear it up again. This place really helps, and I mean, I've had such a significant help being here, and it's just so great to be here because I can be here today, and that's just really important.